project, we are going to discuss with you the symbol of the recurring loss of innocence in J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye. The first example of the recurring theme of the loss of innocence starts in chapter 5 when Holden is talking about Allie's death. He says, "I slept in the garage the night he died and I broke all the goddamn windows with my fist, just for the hell of it." Allie's death is a major bump in the road leading up to Holden's final fall. One of the things Holden cared for the most in the world has been taken away from him. Allie's death leaves a permanent gap in Holden's mental state, keeping in mind that Allie was one of the few people who Holden actually liked. He was not a phony. Allie was also young and full of life, and Holden didn't want him to lose his youthfulness and innocence. Holden now has to accept the fact that deaths do happen, and he hates the fact that it happens to people who don't deserve it. Holden is almost jealous of Allie for dying at a young age and not having to grow up. It's basically like how Salinger was depressed, how he sort of wished that he died in the war and that he'd rather be dead than continue living with pain. And Holden also says that killed me a lot when referring to things throughout the story.
Another example of the recurring theme of loss of innocence is when in chapter 6 Holden refers to Jane. He said she wouldn't move any of her kings. What she'd do when she get a king, she wouldn't move it. She'd just leave it in the background. She'd get them all lined up in the background, then she'd never use them. She just liked the way they looked when they were all in the background. The lined up kings in the background that she wouldn't move signifies her defense and how she always has her guard up. We later find out that Jane is so defensive because she was sexually assaulted by her stepdad. Holden sees that most of her innocence has been lost and he wants to protect whatever innocence she has left. Holden questioning Stradler after his date with Jane. He knows Stradler always gets what he wants with girls and is afraid that he did something to further destroy her innocence. Jane is one of the few reasons why he wants to live, and he feels that he must protect whatever innocence she has left.
On the edge of some crazy cliff. What I have to do? I have to catch everybody if they start to go over the cliff. I mean, if they're running and they don't look where they're going, I have to come up from somewhere and catch them. That's all I do all day. I'd just be the catcher in the rye and all. I know it's crazy. That's the only thing I'd really like to be. I know it's crazy. Holden wants to hold the children from their adolescence so they can keep their innocence. He wants to catch them before they fall before the dangers in life. On page 115, Holden catches sight of a young boy singing, "If a body catch a body, coming in the rye." This song foreshadows that Holden wants to be the catcher in the rye. He wants to prevent kids from seeing what he has seen. Holden always sees all the good things in life as negative, and he doesn't want the children to see things like that.
The last example of the recurring theme of the loss of innocence is in chapter 24. What he was doing was, he was sitting on the floor, right next to the couch, in the dark and all, and he was sort of petting me, or patting me on the goddamn head. That kind of stuff happened to me about 20 times since I was a kid. I can't stand it. Holden's past experiences of having been sexually offended, creating a loss of innocence, make it impossible for him to see anything like this as a good, caring thing, but rather a perverted action. Also, when Holden wakes up and finds Mr. Antolini there, he is so scared from his past, he doesn't even give him a chance to explain. He just pushes him away and runs away.
Thank you for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up! And also remember to subscribe to Mrs. Johnston's YouTube channel. Wait, I laughed.